Every problem is not really a problem. It's just a route to a stronger, more satisfying solution. In any case, in any sensation of physical discomfort, there is an active resistance. But this is the thing that we really want you to hear from us. This will make a big difference to you in the way you're approaching this. Physical discomfort means that there is resistance. But before there can be resistance, there has to be resistance to something. Now think about that. If you weren't in alignment, if there were not energy flowing to you that you were resistant to, you couldn't feel the resistance. So all you have to do is focus upon the energy that's flowing to you rather than the resistance that seems to be in the way of it. And in that awareness and relaxation, it usually can dissipate quickly. The other terms we've used are relax into it. But your awareness of it, you see, every subject is two subjects, what is wanted and the absence of it. So it's like a stick with two different ends of it. And when you're focused upon the pain that you wish to clear, you are adding momentum to the resistance. It is about taking your attention from it, not putting your attention to it and clearing it. But you see, this is a sort of human tendency. I've got a problem that I'm going to solve. No, you're not. You're going to make it bigger. Oh, no, Abraham, I've got a problem and I'm going to solve it. No, you're not. You're going to make it bigger. Well, I've solved problems before. No, you haven't. You have identified a problem which made you aware of a solution, and you focused upon the solution and activated the solution instead of the problem. That's the way you solve a problem, is by focusing on the solution. So the way you solve what you're calling discomfort or energy blockage is by focusing upon the energy that is flowing, not on the blockage, not on the resistance. Does that make sense to you? So this is a discussion about deliberate creation or the art of allowing. This is the difference between determination and relaxing and allowing something to be. Now, in all of it, there must be an awareness of what you want. A problem is creating an equivalent solution. And then you all are making your choices about which end of that vibrational and emotional spectrum you are focusing. But as humans, you have such a tendency to want to get hold of that problem and resolve it that you continue it much longer than it needs to be continued because you don't really trust the process. Just don't work so hard. This system works. You came in your body, the source energy part of you is grander, and in this body, you're figuring out things that you want to think about. But you don't need to reinvent the system. You don't need to micromanage any of it. What you really are wanting to do is just figure out from day to day, from moment to moment, which things feel the best to you and focus there. And it is the reason that instead of calling this the science of deliberate creation, which is where we began all those years ago, we began calling it the art of allowing, because your tendency as humans to find a problem and solve it is not serving you. And that label sort of activated that sort of determination from you. So you brought the things that you had learned from your life before, like goal setting and like suffering and like determination, you brought all of those habits of thought with you into this new body of work and slowed yourself down unnecessarily. And so that's the differentiation that we're wanting to help you to clarify. Your inner being never looks back. Whew. Your inner being never looks back, even if there are delightful things back there. Because there are so many delightful things in your present, and potentially even more delightful things. Your inner being is always and only, always and only, always and only, always and only looking forward. Your inner being, eyes, felt that? Eyes are between where you stand and whatever you're doing vibrationally and what's in your vortex and what you're being called to. Always eyes there, never looking back. So when you look back for any reason, you run the risk of activating vibrations that are denser or more resistant Well, your inner being is distracting you from what's back there, because that's really old news. What's manifesting right now, as far as your inner being is concerned, is old news, because it's vibration that's already come to a manifestation. Every moment is a manifestation. Every moment is a manifestation. What you're seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching, that's manifested, because now you are interpreting it with your most leading edge interpreters of energy. So once you're seeing it and hearing it and smelling it and tasting it and touching it, the work has already been done and you are viewing the results. It's like taking the cake out of the oven. It's done. It's not becoming anymore. That's as much as it is. Here's why it happens. As you stand in your now, sometimes somewhat dissatisfied with the components of what is manifesting right now, there is a strong human tendency to explain this by explaining what came before. And always there is resistance in that. It's a justification, a sort of rationalization. It's a trying to get awareness or agreement sometimes from other humans. But it really is not your best use of your time or your best use of your energy. We really want to encourage you to spend less time analyzing things and just more time romping and laughing with your friends, knowing that whatever's happening, if there's something that you would benefit from stirring up, you'll find it, but don't go looking for it to try to weed it out. It gets cleared in the same way that when you tune your dial to the station you want, all other stations are cleared. And so really, the only battle that's going on is between you and you. And you're the only one waging the battle, because your inner being is not waging a battle. Your inner being is saying, hey, you told us incrementally that you want this and this and this and this and this, and we've been tending it, and law of attraction's been working on it, and a whole lot of cooperative components have already been gathered. Come on over. And you say, I will as soon as I get this out of the way. I will as soon as I resolve this issue. I'll be right there as soon as I defend myself. So your inner being doesn't work on helping you get to the bottom of things. If your inner being was helping you get to the bottom of things, it would be fun to do it, but it isn't fun ever. Yeah.